doctors and insurance companies. It added 250,000, it took 250,000 people off the rolls of the uninsured. Again, another positive economic benefit. And the report goes on to say that it added $2.6 billion to Texas's economy. That's why Texas right now has the third best economy in the entire United States. And it was all due to one little simple thing that they don't want to put in this health care reform, and that's tort reform. And again, you have to start with tort reform. Now, my philosophy on governing, again, another issue Jack would like me to speak to, we have to get back to defending the Constitution. For too long, D.C. has stood for deceit and corruption. And that's got to end. We need to start electing people with proven character that go to Washington. Let me tell you a little character story about myself. I've had business successes. Like I said, I've been a lifelong business owner. And I had a singular business failure. And that failure put my family $600,000 in debt. I was on welfare for 2 years. This is what I'm telling you about my life experience. I know how to deal with problems. Spent 2 years on welfare, moved to Florida in 1993, $600,000 in debt. But guess what? You can make your own decision on whether you would have filed bankruptcy. I say many people would have. But I decided I didn't want to file bankruptcy. I paid my debts off. I faced those problems, I faced those giants, and I did it the right way, with character and with integrity. And that's how I will lead in the United States Congress. Because for too long, again, we need to take the con out of Congress. It's been happening way too long. You see the pens I passed out on your table. It says vote out incumbents, or pink slips for Congress. You know, the actual name of my campaign committee is Vote Out Incumbents, DBA, which stands for Doing Business as Joe Budd for Congress. Because I got in this race for the two reasons, healthcare and character. Because I'm sick and tired of having politicians that tell us one thing in a meeting and then do something completely different when they get to Washington, D.C. So when you talk about my philosophy of governance, it's to follow the Constitution. And health care reform violates the 10th Amendment. No time in history has the government ever forced someone to buy a good and a service from a for-profit company. That cannot be allowed. So that's one of the issues. And then what was the last one, Jack?
How will you represent us?
With integrity, Jack.
That's an answer.
I will do the right thing. You see on my card, what I say here, I will do in Washington. I won't tell you one thing and do something else when I get there. You know what I'd like to do when I get there? I'd like to tell the other Republicans and the other Democrats to straighten up, or I'm going to ask that you get voted out also. I'm not there to be a career politician. Somebody asked me, would you vote for term limits? Yeah, I'd vote for term limits. They should have one term in Congress and then another term in jail. Because that's basically what the issues are. Now, I know I'm speaking to a lot of Jewish people in the crowd. I attended a security conference Sunday night put on up in West Palm Beach. And the security of Israel is of primary importance. You guys had Robert Wexler as your congressman. And he ran every 2 years telling you that there's nobody more pro-Israel than I am. We know that's not true. We know that his constituents wanted him to endorse Hillary Clinton. She won in the 2008 primary 2-1 over Barack Obama. But he was the first to endorse Barack Obama. That was wrong. It's obviously turned out, and I think a lot of the Democrats here in our district have buyer's remorse, that they don't want, to continue the pro-Palestinian issues that this administration seems to want to take. So lastly, Jack's telling me my time's almost up. My lovely wife, Sherry's here. I'll celebrate my 25th anniversary in 2 months. I have 3 children in college. And one last item. I told you about the candidate forum and the Voters Coalition. They followed that up with a thorough screening of the candidates, and I was endorsed for the Republican primary by the Voters Coalition in Palm Beach County. Thank you very much.
One thing we can remember about all 3 of our candidates, none of them
has a home called a drawer.